Who want to listen? Where's Pula Mukherjee? Pula.
Pula has left the building.
You have to stand with Shyamoli over there. So all of you know what is this special evening about, right? This special evening, with a glass in your hand, you have to stand over there. Dad, stand over there.
We have to play hide and seek now.
So here is the plan, right? Here's how this evening is going to unfold, right? As the most important person in the room, I'm going to tell you a story. And the story had nothing to do with me, I had nothing to do with it. All I'm going to do is try and tell you a story of what I know about my parents and their 50 years of wedding anniversary. So with that, as I've been trained in the military, as I've been trained in academia, it's a typical PowerPoint presentation. A lot of you are used to it, so let's start with the show. Shyamoli and Pula Mukherjee, 50 years.
Close to Shyamoli.
So if you see the photographs, right?
Wait. Which one is Pula?
This is Pula, this is Shyamoli, this is my grandparents from Baba's side and from mother's side.
What a great collection! What a great collection!
You know how hard it was for me to get hold of old photographs?
Right, you are.
And so my request to everybody in the room now is organize your photographs, especially the older ones, because time is passing away very, very quickly. So we know about them, right? And then they were young, much younger than they were today. And this is much before our time, and I don't know how they were as young people. I have no idea how they were as young people. And sometimes, I think it's best not to know that answer. Sometimes I think it's best not to know how they were as young people themselves. Because frankly, I don't want to talk about my youth to my children when they grow up. Because there are a lot of stories that should not be told. But this is Pula Shyamoli and his friends. May 7th, 1969, when they got married, 50 years and a few days ago. This is a typical mom pose ki hi kapal ami kash sange biye korechi. Typical mom pose. Kash sange biye korechi. Baba ki bhabche? I have no idea. We'll have to ask Baba about that. Moon in my hand. Acha, you still have to go and stand there. You cannot walk away from your destiny. And from 1970 to 80, 10 years, I'm not trying to say that all the Air Force does is party. That's not true. But they did party it up a lot, right? I mean, you can... And they served in different stations from Hindon, Khadakwasla, Wellington, Jamnagar, and then from 83 onwards, more or less in Delhi till now. And I have, as a small kid, I was born in a certain year, which is still, it will be unnamed because I don't want it to be known. But I know about Khadakwasla and Wellington as a young kid. And then, of course, the best thing in their lives was Ramit and Anit Mukherjee. The best thing that could have ever happened in their lives. Right? Their children were like God-given, right? I mean, they could not have asked for better children than they got. And we all know that's true, right? I mean, I'm just one half of the couple, but Ramit...
I agree with you on it.
Thank you, Indra, right? And so they had those years of, you go back to me being me. Such an adorable kid, and I haven't changed at all. I'm still adorable, right? There's so much about me that is to be adorable, which is why I have a lipstick on my collar, right? But that should not go out of this room because my in-laws are here, and a wife couldn't join me primarily because she doesn't like her in-laws. But we're not going to talk about that a little later. And then we have lots of family time in Calcutta and Chennai. Right? And these are old photographs. Again, as I said before, it took me a lot of time to find old photographs, but here they were with, F.E. Block and different people in different eras. And at least for all of us, family was a really important part of growing up. And then, of course, Bobo grew up. This is Bobo when he got graduated. This is when he's about to leave for the US, right? Look at Shyamoli's expression, right? There's like this whole mother-son experience where it was kind of 1994 when he left. And then he got married. And Baba and Mom had the time of their lives. We still don't know who was holding up this table, right? There was somebody holding up a table at the party. We want to repeat this photograph tonight. We're gonna have dancing tonight, and what I want to do is challenge the audience and the house to live it up to what they did for Bobo's 20 kind of wedding. To kind of Rinda, this is the marriage, and that was 1995. And then over the years, the parties have continued. If anyone knows both my parents, you know that they love to party, right? I mean, it's not like me, I didn't get anything from them. I'm a very serious scholar. And I'm really, you know, I don't know why, but some people have the mistaken impression I party a lot. That's not true at all. I never party. The one thing I wanted to flag was the 35 years of friendship that I know both the couples, and I wanted to acknowledge Indra, Shujoy, Partha, and you know, they've been as close as family. I know of them, I know of their kids, and I think it's an exemplary story, right? That I have seen them for at least 35 years. They don't always agree, but that's what friendships are about, right?
Yeah.
It's about sticking together even when you don't agree. And I think for us, for me personally growing up, kind of knowing their children, I know that that's a fantastic story, that how, in fact, they also spend the anniversary in Shimla together. And many other friends. The fact is, there are so many people in the room, I could not put everybody's photo in the room, so don't go around looking ki mera photo dala ya nahi dala. That's not the point. And then the other son, of course, right? And the other son, you all know about my story, or if you don't, you will read about it in the newspapers, hopefully in a good way. I was in the army, I got married, 19 Armored Regiment, and the best regiment in the whole world. And then I got married to my destiny. I don't want to talk too much about her right now because she's not here. And then I graduated, and then that's me. When I told you that the best thing in their existence was their children, I think they would disagree and say that's not true. The best thing they ever had was grandchildren, to have grandchildren, right? So I think I would not take that away from them, right? Because they loved their grandchildren in a way they didn't love their children. With their children, they were critical, they were strict, they were hard, but with the grandchildren, they're allowing everything, and there are all these photographs. This is Baba with the two kind of grandkids trying to be aliens, right? This is the alien look, right? So I think it's really nice when you think about it. That's Anya. And now we have some video messages.
Hello, Mom and Baba. Here is wishing you a very happy 50th wedding anniversary. We are so sorry to be missing this occasion, but we would not miss the opportunity to raise a toast for you and celebrate with you from Singapore. So here's to the most amazing parents and grandparents. 3 cheers to Dadu and Takuma. Hip hip, hooray! 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 And just to say that we look forward to the second chapter of these celebrations in Delhi. And also look forward to the Diamond Holy in 10 years' time. Have a wonderful evening, and we all love you. Bye.
So that's Malovi with the 2 kids, Ayun and Ayush, and that's our nanny and Lillian. She's been along with us for 6 years, so she's as much a part of the family. Second message.
Hi Dadu, hi Takuma, happy anniversary. While I sit here in my dorm awaiting graduation, I wish I could be there right now celebrating in India. I'm very excited to see you this summer, and I couldn't have gotten this far without you. Your sagely advice, your wonderful stories, let alone my existence. Thank you so much for all your support and your presence in my life. I want you to spend this day the best way. Remember the old times and greats of you, and I wish a very happy anniversary to you. Hope to see you soon, and I can't wait to see you on the graduation, Dadu. Happy anniversary again. Bye.
Rohan, he's just kind of graduated. Then Anya. So I didn't understand the video. I'll put it down to the fact that she's an American teenager. Who understands American teenagers, right? Or any teenagers for that matter. I had no idea what the video was and what to say. 4.
Dearest Dadu and Takuma, happy 58th anniversary. Now, here's a song for my brother.
Video didn't work all that well, but even they were keen to send a message. So the parties have continued, right? I mean, again, as I said, if you know them, you would know that they love to party, and there are different parties that have happened. And I don't want to talk about all the parties, but a big round of thank yous. I want to identify 3 people in special. Major General Amit Sanyal and his wife. They are at the back over. Sir, are you here? General Sanyal? No, he's not here. He was extremely instrumental in assisting us with the party. Second, Joydeep and Debbie Chanda. Joydeep, Debbie, they're somewhere at the back. They are ducking somewhere at the back. They're again extremely assistful. Thank you. Third, Indrani and Tia Kaur, they were kind of assistful with the food. But even apart from that, there are people who chipped in with the flowers, with the cakes, and I don't want to talk about that too much. Act second. Can I finish your the so what question, right? So what does this all mean? And I ask the so what question because that's what I ask my students when they have to make an argument. So what does it mean that they got kind of hitched 50 years ago? And I did not really have an answer for that, right? I mean, I don't really have an answer for the so. And the only thing I can guess at, and this is a personal thing, is that the things that I have achieved in my life, and I think I have kind of outlived my dreams in a lot of different ways, is primarily due to the love, support, and the encouragement of my parents. Right? And it was not uncritical love, it was not uncritical support, it was not uncritical encouragement, it was difficult though. But the second bit was, if you're intelligent, and I believe in this city most people are, if you're intelligent, you'll be prone to cynicism and depression. Right? It's been statistically kind of known that intelligent people are cynical. Because what is the purpose of our life? Why are we here for? What is it that we kind of hope to achieve? And when we look back upon this story, fine, they met 50 years ago, they got married, they had children, so what? I don't know the answer, but the only answer I think I know is that the only reason that you can live in this world is to create moments. Right? Moments with loved ones, with friends, with family, and cherish those moments.
Yes.
Because the arrow of time moves in only one direction. We all know that. We are all acutely aware of the fact that the arrow of time will move only in one direction. So with that, I would request all of you to join me in congratulating both the couples once again. Happy anniversary, but Dad and Mom, if you could come over here. Tonight, the cake, please.
We should give you a hand. We should give you a hand. For a
Cake
clap.
is that side, right?
Cake is that side.
Cake is that.
Okay, move that side. Wait, you want to say something?
You should thank your son at least.